Hey guys, good afternoon. So we had a little bit of stability come into the market. Wanted to take a look quick at Monday. Um, we have the vol still elevated around, just under 40 for next week. So flatlined volatility and a little bit elevated for the current volatility, excuse me, over the 14 period. Let's take a look at the pricing sheet for Monday. Monday the 7th, 51.55 currently priced in for the current volatility. And for settlement, let's see, 54.35. So that's a big difference. 54.35 for settlement. And 51.55 for the current. That's huge. So that's quite the difference. Let's see if that changes a little bit. Sunday, we'll take another look at it. 51.55 to 54.55. That's quite a range. 54.35. 54.35. All right, so let's take a look. So the 51.55 part we've got, because we're sitting on it right now. Oh, we just broke through. Market just broke down. So we're trying to get to this 50.80, the quarterly 3. Look at that. Wow. So we broke out of the monthly 1.5, broke out of the weekly range, and we broke past the 2 times the daily range. So we got a little bit of algo thing going on. 50.80, can they make it? So we've got the market on close is just selling off. Look at that. Usually the market on close goes back the other way. Crazy. 50, 80, 50. Come on. 5100's holding it off. Mm-mm-mm. So 51.85 to 54.35. So 54.35 is back up here by our quarterly 1, and we're already down at the quarterly 3. So that's going to be a good trick on Monday, right? They'll probably have to make an announcement that, China called and said, never mind. I don't know that that's going to happen. So, yeah. So here we are, April 4th, and we're at the quarterly 3. And we're supposed to be flatline the vol at around 38 to 40 next week. This is not going to be good. So let's take a quick analysis of what might happen. Let me take off these daily bands. 66. Let me take this one off too. And I just want the weekly and not the 7-day. A little bit of a delayed reaction. There it goes. All right, so we're up to 222, 159, and 79.50. So it was the 79.50 that I was really interested in. And so 51, 79.50. Need to make this. Okay. So there is from the 5100 area. Um, so for Sunday night, we could get our range right here. All right. And if I want to change this to a Globex, we can put that at 1700 in the start session time and 8:30 in the end session time. And that would be 48.50, 24.25. That's going to be an easy one to hit. So 51, 24.25. 51, 24.25 for the up band, and then 50, 75, 75, 507575 for the down band. All right, so here is our range for Sunday night, and I'll leave these on the chart, and we'll come back and take a look at that Sunday night or Monday morning when we do our chart review and see how we did. Put these on all charts. And that way, we should get our lines on Sunday, Monday, and see how we did, because usually it'll hit either the weekly one or the Globex one. Weekly one if we get a run, and the Globex one is an easy target to reach on your Sunday night. Just FYI. Okay. All right, so we broke past the daily 1 point or two times the daily range. The VIX was incredible today. Um, it really was algorithmic. I mean, it was hitting I'm not our levels were just amazing. The monthly, um, 2 times the monthly range, and it never got back up there. It tried to get back up there, but it didn't. They did a good job trying to get it down before the end of the day. So, for next week, we don't really have that much range for 2 times the range above there. We've got, um, 51.84 and 48.93 and 46.78 and 45.55 where we currently are. So, we can draw lines if they wanna take them out more than 2 times the range, if they wanna go, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, I can keep drawing lines, no problem, but hopefully they're gonna get things under control. Um, and maybe the Sunday talk shows will bring some clarity. This was incredible. Look at that. Our monthly range. Ooh. Okay. And the SPX um, broke down below its quarterly levels, and this is the current um, quarter. We're already in the tails. It's just incredible. We're already in the tails, and it's at the beginning of the month. Huge gap down, and it's so clean. It went right, you know, below our. What in the world is up with these colors? Sometimes I tell you, I don't know what's going on. Let me fix this real quick. That's going to drive me crazy. Oh, for some reason, I've got my, here we go. Well, I'll fix it later. I'll fix it later. The colors are throwing me off. But these are the tails. This blue is the quarterly 2, and the orange is quarterly 3 at 50.48 and 50.34. And so we do have the new quarter here, the new 3 months. It's on the close. I wonder where is my open? Hang on one second. Am I missing a line? What's a 6-month? There it is. No, it's on the chart. Okay. We're just so far below everything. It's just incredible. So, we've already blown through the ones on the open is what happened. So we're definitely out of room. And what like I said, if it keeps going, should the market continue selling off, we can draw more lines and equal distributions. I'll get the colors fixed on this. This is kind of crazy. Must have gotten carried away that day with my color concepts. Um, but it held right here at the, 50, or excuse me, the 1.5 time range right at 51.16, like, for hours and hours and hours, and then finally just broke through. So, somebody had a big market on close order. I guess they were trying to break this VIX, and they couldn't. Look at that. The VIX held. How about that? That is 2 times the monthly range. So, they gave it a shot. So, you know, I don't know who would be pushing to break the VIX range on a market on close order, but that is bizarre. That is really bizarre. They gave it a shot, but they could not do it. NQ, same story, just breaking through everything. We broke through the August low, which now I can take off the chart, and we've broken through the 6-month 3 and the quarterly 3s. So, we can start putting tails on our 3s. Do that now. '90-day. And here are those 6-month ones down here. Give this a second to calculate. 1,206 points today. That's a big bar. So we take a look at our sheet while that's calculating from this morning, our premium. I don't think. Oh, looky here. Came right down. On the close. So that's 1.25, the quarterly range on the close, right on the tick on NQ. So on our market analysis this morning, obviously we had the dealer positioning correct, net short gamma, bearish sentiment for the sentiment analysis was correct. The gamma peak gamma was at 5,400. Put this back on ES real quick. And that was way up there. And it broke away from it. And the projected range, we, 53.31 was all we were looking for up here. But this is before the tariffs, China announcement. And that came out after I made the report. Just after I made the report, the China announcement came out. So there's no stopping, something like that. It's just a one-off day, and, so we'll see if we can get back on track for Monday now that the news has been known, and we'll just, make sure to annotate that we're gonna be in the high 30s, maybe 40, implied volatility range, which will keep pressure on the algos and the VIX. So, maybe come down a little bit, but, certainly, within these nosebleed sections. So, looky here, we're already down to the, we already hit the Globex 1. We're coming down to the other levels. This is hilarious. And we haven't even stopped. I mean, the market hasn't even stopped. It's still going. Crazy. We made it to the quarterly threes. Look at that. It hit the quarterly three right there. It sure did. Right there, it touched it. So it sold off to the quarterly threes. Oh my gosh. There's something wrong with this. I need to fix. I can't move this up. I'm going to have to do some repair work to these charts this weekend. I'll get that done. All right. Look at that. It sure did. Right on the tick. Take these lines off so we can see it. So in the drawing objects, you can just go in here and make them invisible. Just like that. I'll put them back on Sunday. So look at that, right down to the quarterly three on the close. So very impressive. Mm-mm-mm. They're trying to get the close on the absolute low. So, so that'll wrap up our wrap, and I hope you have a great weekend. Um, and we'll come back next week and see how much more range can be expected. We'll get new levels anytime you break a range. They're all going to change. So all of my calendar day ranges, my 7-day, 30-day, and 90-day ranges will be different, and 180-day range will be also different. All right. So get some rest, and we'll come at it again next week. Hopefully, it'll go up a little bit. You can't just keep going straight down. That's crazy. And this might be a little bit overblown, in my opinion. I said that a couple of days ago, but it sure, you can't bite something like this. When JP Morgan gets on TV first thing this morning and tells people to close their accounts, that's crazy. That woman, I don't know what possessed her to be on national television telling people to close their accounts. And that's exactly what she said. She said, we are advising our clients to get out of equities. That's crazy. All right. That's not what I have in mind for an investment bank. She should have said, we can help you hedge your products, right? Come to us. We've got hedges, we've got, instruments that we can make sure that you're delta neutral and safe. That's the message that she should have been giving. And she said, we're advising people to sell to get out of equities. That's crazy. All right, we hit the bottom and it's still trying to break. This is insane. Hit the bottom, but the VIX held. Look at this. The VIX held. So it hit my quarterly 3, on the open. Alright, now they're coming in. They're coming in here. So you can see that they come in on my levels. Look how it's red, 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 red still. It's like, it's 3:24 people. It's like, when is it? It's Friday. This is nuts. Alright, they're coming in now to stop it right on the quarterly, and they're pulling the VIX back. They need to have a little bit more active management. I guess they're gonna be letting the free markets do their thing, and it's not like the Biden administration, where they managed every single sell-off. Alright, times have changed, that's for sure. We'll talk at you, later. We'll see you Monday. Y'all have a good weekend.